Hey everyone, today I want to talk about how to release the rear seat back on the current generation Ford F-150, which is 2015 and newer. Some of the older F-150s is a little bit harder to do because the pad doesn't actually pivot down like the current trucks do. It has a bunch of plastic clips that have to come off, but the current trucks are a lot easier and a lot more accessible. Now the passenger side, it has an actual pull tab on the side to easily fold it down because you have your jack and related hardware behind that. So that's pretty easy to do. Now the driver's side and middle seat are one seat, and they're not really designed to come down very often or on a regular basis. So they kind of hide the latch with the release in the back. Now, if you've tried to release the seat, you'll notice these little pull tabs at the top. They don't actually do anything. So if you're pulling on those, you're never going to get anywhere with it. They're never going to go anywhere. Now, the reason most people want to access this is to get back here. You have some trucks, depending on their trim spec, will have a lot more room back here. But I think that the higher level trucks will have more stuff back here related to the stereo system, amplifier, and subwoofer, and things like that. So I was hoping I had a little bit more room back here, but apparently that's not the case. So I will not be able to use this on a regular basis for storage. But depending on the level of your truck, you might actually have a lot more room back here than what I do. Now, there's a little bit of a difference depending on your cab configuration. Now, if you have a Super Crew and you pull this lever out and lift the seat up, this back pad will come up and out. It'll give you a little bit more room to work to actually get to the release. Now, if you have a Super Cab like me, it's a little bit tougher because that doesn't move at all, so you kind of have to fight with it, and it's hard to get your hand back there. And this is the actual release itself. Now, this has an actual pull tab on it now for releasing it, because it's in the lock position. It'll be closed like that, and then you can pull this to release it. The problem is these tabs tend to fall off like mine did, and it was basically just sitting next to it, behind it. So that was no help to me. It didn't help me to get that off at all. So the easiest way to do it is when this is in the lock position and you're basically going back there to get it. If you have a longer wrench, you're basically going to slip the wrench between the rear bulkhead and the back of the seat pad, and you're going, this silver tab here is going to be your target. So you want to slip it over that, because just trying to get your hand back there and reach, you don't have a lot of room to work, and it's very, very difficult, and there's some tension on it. So you're going to pull that upward, and it should release the latch. It just sits on this single bracket in the back, and that's the only thing there actually is. If this is on correctly and has not fallen off like mine did, you can use this as a just like the way I use the wrench, you can use this to release it. But if that falls off, this is really the only way to do it, is to slip that wrench back there. So I'll just do that one more time. All right, so it's going to be sitting up in the lock position. This was to the side, just like it is now, because it fell off. Slip that over. And then the seat will come down. Now, when you put it back up, you kind of have to slam it kind of hard to get the latch to engage. But now that's basically how you're going to fold the seat down if you want to access behind your seat. And they do make brackets for this, for getting to this on a more regular basis with bigger pull tabs that'll sit over the top of the seat. So it's very easy to drop it on a regular basis if you have the room back here for storage. So I hope you found this video very informative. Thanks for watching.